Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
When I say your mind be sometimes we are very funny because issues bar instead of us to drive details into say be present issue no said the city magana ni ate na ho ase no sometimes ayana partisan expediencies take over the interface. So people are unable to. And so we had a major drive for this particular conversation. It has been because post-COVID, Bank of Ghana incurred losses and became subject for public debate. About buying from Ekobai. So the NPP today hearing say Bank of Ghana Abokano, then it is that same politics of equalization. Let's make political capital out of it. That is exactly what happened. But at the end of the day, Obiaba has a debt via a debt. Yeah. And I'm not sure it will make sense for anybody to come and sit on TV and celebrate the Bank of Ghana. No, it will be totally abnormal. Yeah. And we are just hoping, say, Bank of Ghana will turn to positive equity. That is what. But yeah, I'm coming to give you a certain historical background for you to appreciate where we are today. Saobekaya. Abrana kendo for reata na busia 40 commercial space because na kwan wo ho no mo boss abosia na ye kenke party bo sabi bosia na gansa ni ma ya kan ye no omo bo bosia na to a point e be me Ghana according to a point he thought say e kana Ghana wo no he could borrow his way out of debt, but as long as all borrow no he was burying the nation in a pool of debt. Ya boya do baby, you could do 2022. And at the commercial space, and all the credible rating agencies who say Ghana for were cooking fictive, saying figures are a bit doubtful. And they went deeper into and realized that no, your debt ain't yet sustainable at that particular time. Yeah. So over here, I'm a blacklist here. Na Ghana and to be in Kobobosia, ya car, ya deny intimate to ya. My catcher said, Chroma yeti and $1. The only way I didn't dollar and say, if you are a and I say, yeah, Tony, Nema. At that particular crucial moment, and I'm sana buying near my not tax revenue, crown or crumble. So the mine was not making money. Yeah, mine, you cannot go and borrow. Your taxes are doing poorly. The economy itself not as time for. So the only way Ghana bet me survive at the time, and it's a President Akufo-Addo turned his attention to Bank of Ghana. Now Bank of Ghana became a financing tool. Now yet the financing government. And this over here government securities like bond. And then bills and then as saying bonds in those waiting in Bank of Ghana was buying them directly at a rate very high. So at the end of the day, Ghana. So it was because of a certain reckless mismanagement. Now Bank of Ghana, a woman writing debt off. So bakaya. It means that sorry, I say okay, wafa. Somebody bet me IEC space for the government to continue. And again, they were printing money to arm the government because that government didn't just come free baby. That incurred. So that was a shift from the normal engines of Bank of Ghana's operation to a different engine, which is a political engine. And Bank of Ghana now moving from monetary policy arena into a political financing tool. And I had the financing government giving it a lifeline because ideally, and your Bank of Ghana, you manage on finance a bank. So it got to a time they were printing money to finance government projects. They were printing money to give it to the government because at the time, there was nowhere. And the Bank of Ghana at the end of the year, over 60.1 billion Ghana cedis. In the history of this country, I don't know, it's a Bank of Ghana. Now you be saying it's a Bank of Ghana, or Tom Banchia, or the Coco Koja. About saying a Bank of Ghana in a single year, 60.1 billion. Explanation of the amount, because we were banned from the space. The government have to do everything. That is why they told you said they were accumulating gold. Yeah, they oil because dollar cried about carbon. So Bank of Ghana the subsequent year it was a debt. And I miss a common sense question say Bank of Ghana okura negative equity of about 61 billion. How on earth, or business and country as within a year, you expect that particular bank to make profit? Is it possible? Company I'm trying to say CMG Aboka last year over 500 billion Ghana cedis. Now my Musiwa and as a manager, new manager, you expect new manager to move from $500 billion to profit. Is it possible? Because that particular debt, you need to take care of it. Exactly. That is the reasonable explanation to this bank of. So I am not saying it's a Bank of Ghana more. Yes, it's true. But they are coming from a very terrible background of a negative equity of about 60 billion thereabout. You cannot shift to profit. It's not possible. In the real sense, and your politics, so when you see people sitting on big platforms and a Bank of Ghana, they forget this. You cannot transition from a negative equity of 60 billion to a positive equity within 1 year. It's not possible. So sometimes I'm wondering the kind of mind they open to discussions like this, and these are people they so-called experts and as for it's so funny. So this is what happened. So when President Mahama took over, there was a challenge because inflation went as far back 53 and by 23. The government made a promise, slashing it down to 8%, the single digit inflation. Bank rate, everything need to come down. But Enam said, Bank of Ghana apprentice to a good system. There were a lot of money circulating. It's the reason why inflation went up, because simple economy. I'm not an economist, but I can tell you, when there is excess cash within the system, chasing fewer goods, inflation will go up. That is a simple explanation. And to say, the inflation, so we are buying our bar. Now, person will drive inflation down. What it means that you need to use a vacuum. With the hospitals, would them we fee, Uncrophobia, almost park no more than a chippy, you know, who is a work, your vacuum, yes, I didn't know, what the shots are there, chippy, you know. So, Bank of Ghana needed to do something to mop up the excess cash from the system, and yes, inflation will not go down. And that came at a cost, and that is the explanation they gave you. So, this is what happened. So, Bank of Ghana and Sana Umbetimi Sikana, our system, free, no. You need to give a bigger rate to the commercial banks, because you cannot commercial banks, you know. And this Bank of Ghana man rate are higher. Even the commercial banks, you know, and I say as government securities like bond and so forth at a higher rate. But commercial banks, you know, the Bank of Ghana rate was so pay. Almost so musical, you know, they are for interest. Okay. Because commercial bank, you know, when it's because we could what the bank to bank, every access bank, waiting is commercial bank, and they are from commercial banks. Or they operate for profit. So Bank of Ghana, who says Sikawa system, what they will do is they will raise bond interest near high. Commercial banks in who say interest near high, who say, oh, may they call 1 month and many saying, then they'll mop up all the cash. But the rate of what they call will come at an interest which the government will pay. So our interest never told, so no. That is what the debt today. I don't know. So because
I am simple. The last time I make us say
where economic
Bank of Ghana so that be I on some more technical ways to be free. May I say na Ivan Abubuno.
And they should be paying
exactly. Where I say come to Ivan because as some yakasene one all this while. As some no me say personally, me say feel. So operational loss in there, but and I want to bubu number. As some a simple cry.
So
okay.
So commercial government securities no very high. So commercial banks, and the commercial banks is very rate anyway rate high. So also who sa pay.
So now say you collect excess cash.
So at the point as then you have less cash. Chasing more goods, then the prices will come down. Because Sika bottom baby now when I say iPhone 2 Ghana cedis. Oh, my friend, Mama 4, and no cry be a Okakota 1. Oh, when you bought price and a scan of doors will go to ma. Oh, Mama 5. So what should be bar? I don't know you've been taught. So in Nippon sort on and I'm in price and cost near drive it. So they did this thing to do that particular thing. And again, another one so yes said the entire bank no kana a business say. So back I could for pension no. Now your friend is $1 a year, almost 14 to 15 cities out to 1 Ghana cities. And Bank of Ghana assets are in dollars because at the time, now I think export way sometime around 9 billion thereabout, and then you will gold. Yeah, and Bank of Ghana that's sorry and opana say or per se ohu ejapadia or in terms of that particular forest now. Or convert sikana directly in their books to the currency at the time.
Okay.
And sikana neguho dollars aya kufu at the time no. Dollar no swatia ba be do 10 cedis. And is all converted to cedis we know 14 cedis BM. Now what benya say? What benya 10 cedis? Which means that every dollar BM you are losing 4 cedis. So who converted that asset from Bank of Ghana? We don't lose Ghana but dollar now is so at the and then me on 4 way me turn $10. Now some say me convert ba Ghana cedis ma. Sikana me the turn first no so better because dollar number form. And the Bank of Ghana converting those assets back to your friend said the current your friend is saying CD rate are in their books because which means say first no 14 to no you must reflect the current and yes sir you'll be doing double your friends saying forex pricing and then as for them so strictly no as 9 billion now na 14 cities out the back Ghana sikama we never be no the same assets no say what the back Ghana sikama aswati so it becomes an operational debt in your books
asem ni ada ho
and yes sir or they need different from Kwabrani and not all printed
not write it off dead.
Exactly.
Oh
yes. I bind the car. Oh yaje. We are perceiving down what that could. Oh yaje. That kind of way. They were printing money, but in this particular instance, nobody at Bank of Ghana is printing excess cash to finance the government. But that is what they were doing. So you see, there is this clear distinction. But in communicating, I don't know how they communicate is that they make the whole thing look muffled. The Bank of Ghana and Timian Church will say more. You have the position with the right to so also to muffle the this. But if you're able to make this clear distinction for people to understand that, then I think that
because when you just say operational losses, we also say it's operational losses. Operation
is printing money, operational loss, and it's almost the same thing. So it is up to you to explain these things in a language that people understand. Because my is a modern governance, you cannot take a step and leave the people behind. So any step you make on the way, you need to drag the people along. And the best way to do that is to ensure there is a constant communication in a language that people appreciate and understand so that they will follow. Because and that's your friend say, one year now we a mistake. People will rise against you because of some of these things. So I think the Bank of Ghana, Menka said there is any positive debt. Debt be anywhere, Papa. A debt is a debt. But this is the situation. Some and not what is some of the financial analysts in the culture say a debt there, but a positive because at the end of the day, inflation drop to a point and you single digit for a very long time. And now put about the government last year projected 8. By your baby do 3. Which means that Bank of Ghana na nkasa ne projection no what defeat down. It's positive. And then prices in the near no is not going up as it's supposed to be because of this inflation. Oko bank rate and 14 and then several policy rate and then I say for them nina so ma man for ho kwan ma mudo musika kugu bank and the economy na nkasa so anya right footing. So the economy we see today I return the confidence abrofo betimi afa telephone akacha say chale say there kwan mo bio mo economy ni look good you can come and borrow. That is positive. a car na yedede some of last time better na catch energy sector that partial your friends risk guarantee a Bank of Ghana the mine the energy sector the government paid $597 million ni nyina everything that way all the rating agencies and upgrading we can use that as a credible way at the market here so that is the cost Bank of Ghana will have to because Bank of Ghana and tomatoes with their could be for them. So this is what happened for Bank of Ghana to incur that particular way now. But my culture say banker okra negative equity of about 60 billion. Cannot transition to a positive equity within 1 year. It's not possible. So for people, I made the TV press conference and a Bank of Ghana, Obi Krasi Bank of Ghana governor on resign. I just joking. You understand? So I think we need to hope in the years ahead, you better me to your name na Bank of Ghana are returning to na nearma say the core mandate are constitute a man who can say onye no obeye that is guiding the monetary space na policies and initiative ebema your financing regime na ye we no akoye na e medu a point the Bank of Ghana eba financing too aban ko di nsem huna now on their financing it got to a point Bank of Ghana was financing the orgies of government the perverted priorities are buying no one and near the Bank of Ghana because I did most see me bubble singer young kasi be fasika free krum and the other sin that's right I saw the Nigerian and the money na kugu or matter the Bank of Ghana into a printing press or printing on the years as no so we have to come away no yes because Bank of Ghana was virtually a printing press so I think we need to have a very honest conversation. And the people who are supposed to lead, Makacho say, the media people who understand some of these things. Now, we are media brand radio biso, nefuse katu, and all the emotions, and then as a forum, and because some now can, which is on Tiasia, he doesn't even understand the what Tiana says, a Kaba, and a Kufado Tesono, and a Bocano, and a Yehudo Modiero Chroma, and Tinomusuma Koboka, and it says, this is a journalist discussion. This is a journalist sitting on TV, and his job is to educate and inform people. The guy is advertising nothing but ignorance. So sincere and so innocent. Ignorance. No, it's funny. So I think we must begin to shape the narrative. Answer number first subject say no. Make sure you understand. But it's so easy to do equalization. NPP so the NDC and when you're careful, be good in the middle because yes, NDC will be a bit maybe, but make sure there is a correlation. Issues near the same. But when you're careful, not one tenants and one head near money, not what the emotions at 2 chrome say or my mubia, but we have a information error and you end up disgracing yourself.
Right, and me bacho and Bank of Ghana issue no Ivan the channel short so more engage media for technicalities na se ananya za na beta no because mo issue press statement na ka se men kan me so me de me brofo and the menti ase me ko Google and say Oxford dictionary and me biem na wa ma me normal explanation e bi so na wo meaning more than what the dictionary or Google will give to you nti e to da bia na e was more engage media no so and also be boa na nipa no wanti asem na se ansa na obekwa akoka bi na de Ivan kai ya nipa no wagu no wani basi onukura wonim se bi o ka no kra anye no kure o ha last na me ka kire wo kwabranet na krom ha de sika tu amana buja jesidan tu guse osi asore dan ye ne ba e ho so no na amana na aboda ho ema ye sika 97 million Ghana dollars asibu ye kwabrani ehunyan sa se memfancy emergency center maka say sa site no let us turn it into an emergency center or children hospital the biggest one na yamfancy nyansa okroma say aban bi baye ebedi sabi ensem hunu na aban bi baye turning it into something na nyansasem so that it will always be a scar on the conscience of those who perpetrated that criminal act against the state. $97 million. That could have done a lot of things. I bet save life. What I say. So I think I will admit your hospital, your challenges. Like I say, I've been at the hospital, be about here oxygen.
ubechini ward to ward wunya oxygen man. So in as much as a year can we no there are certain basic nearby here in hospital. And especially health workers, remunerations are so poor. To be very honest, I'm not seeking to justify.
Yeah.
And I think that the health sector should also be seen as a priority.
Yeah.
It's the reason why UK be in the borders. Everybody went away.
Yeah.
Not because UK is better. But international converted Sikana Banagana Krum and for Okatanawa, a Hona and Salah Sikabia. But on the back room, Sikamano, what I say. So look at the number of health practitioners or Livu, and one more Koning ever your way, and I see a beer portals. Among for are even not able to log in and challenges in as a forum. I think that we need to prioritize the health sector. Now you make sure say at any point in time I will be a last stop.
Yeah.
Makata says a wunyang kwada hospital na wunya say try say what try say that is why you appreciate.
I'm a mekunipo.
Yes. So what try say and appreciate the health sector and they are told Papa we unfortunately a former finance minister, deputy finance minister on finance saying John Kumai.
John Kumai. Oh no, let me say it's a one crab one.
Exactly.
And that was whom?
Because this is a person you find free Kumasi or find a passport, German honorable.
Yeah.
He was forced to go to just imagine it's like a hospital in
yeah.
What I say. So at any point in time you can go baby hospital be wakwana nurse ni ba keto bi na show or na bejo nkwa. So we must begin to and time now we here say na na wani kura na wani so
Debbie.
So let us make it a priority. Now you're making sure but media I'm still on what happened during the Akufo-Addo time. You ko yi ma amelo to twini wuram. Na no aban foforo ba ye kolebu de yasi. And na no we yasi. As anema we na take away confidence and trust from your health sector. I know a lot of people are retired in the UK, US. They want to come home. But when they hear these stories, people are very scared. Yes, they don't want to come home.
My husband are down for visa.
Yes.
When you know retire in US, on to be Magana.
Yes, because
I got your system on your papa.
And to a certain extent, it might be true because you put premium on priority. Because the people who can fix it, there is an easy
exactly the point.
What I say. So there is no incentive until recently President Mahama Maye Sa hospital kase ya esi hayi nankaya hospital nyina ya colonial hospital ya no kora na board enya for do say na beti yakwa UGM that is another thing. So your hospital so you kolebu wagidi nkeke ekwa colonial hospital hospital konfa no chekra de no kra de west na se for no. And the last time I meet here debate here say NPP for can ade omoye ewo Kumasi obi soro say children hospital within Osikufosi baby and mama hospital
baby and mother unit
let me say I'm they see confirm not no cry wa kwesi baby and mama they see corner popotua bi no and achievement sometimes na again no
say you be say NPP achievement
Rebecca Foundation na abaye no ya confirm not sometimes Fedi need the so I think that this time round let us get things right. I can't just say President Mahama has just 4 years and maybe a dream po there drew the only thing he can leave behind is a legacy. A legacy about transcended beyond generation and he's on course to do a lot of stuff because I heard near my course and I know CDS need the team FST new express road some kilometers so far, an engineering unit of the Ghana Armed Forces working on, and this is something I've been advocating for. Yeah, so they need to get involved in some of these things because they have the capacity. Engineers who have been highly educated individuals. We must begin to fall on ourselves, our collective strength, and build a nation. Not always. There are a lot of jobs. Your friends say carpentry work here, so the military cannot do some of these things. What I say? There are people with those kind of way now. We can contract them, pay for them to do some of these things. So I think that with the health sector there, you can't say can be the minister. Also, what taking a further step, but it should not end there. Over the years, in a bar, but issues we are almost there for 3 months in here. But for him to come back and give updates, which I say he has been following, and Akando has been doing what, to be very honest with you, because so how or yes, so much involved in things that cost within the hospital. Everywhere he's there, then as for now, I like his passion, and there are people who are accusing him, say, "Oh, only health background." I say, you don't need to have a health background before you read
common sense.
And he has proven sufficiently. Say he enjoy what he does. And that alone is enough. You have a passion driving you. I think that, of course, things will change. Yeah.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.